Hey folks, today we're going to be working on an HP laptop. It's a HP 15DA0032WM, and this belongs to somebody who I go to church with, and they asked, could I look at it? It's running a little bit slow, but I just reinstalled the operating system altogether. They just wanted it completely wiped off, but it's still sluggish. It came from the factory with Windows 10 on it, but Windows 11 downloaded automatically on it. You know how those goes on it these days. So 4 gig of RAM is just, not enough memory to really push these operating systems these days. And it's the cheapest thing you can do to try to upgrade the speed of your laptop. So I have a rule of thumb is that when you're buying a laptop, a lot of people ask me all the time, uh, what is a good laptop? And I said, look, just get any brand that you want. I've worked on all different brands, and just to be honest with you, I've seen them bad out of the box from all brands across the board, from HP to Dell to whatever brand it might be, Toshiba or whatever. And so you don't have to really worry about the brand. But my advice is to get the largest screen, and this is a 15-inch screen. Get the largest screen and the biggest processor that you can afford, because you can always upgrade the memory and the disk space. And so invest in those two things when you're getting a laptop. So first off, I want to turn it over, and I've already taken a couple screws out. There's 4 screws on the bottom of this. There's one towards the front of the keyboard, and then there's 3 screws around the perimeter. And I got to take one more out on the keyboard. I suggest getting you a nice set of screwdrivers to work with. I've got a little set of Weehaws that I work with, and they're really good. They're really good to work with. And I don't know if you can see it over here. Let me see if I can move it up. So these screws all happen to be the same size, but whenever I take them out, I like to set them in a pattern of how they come out. That way I know where they go back. See, this is sort of a diamond pattern. Well, I've got them set in a diamond pattern. I know which screw came out of which hole. Now, in case they were different size, we don't really have to worry about on this particular one because they are the same size. So now these 2 little rubber strips have to come off of it. So these are the what we call the feet of the laptop. Keeps them sliding around. So these are just stuck down with double-sided tape. And let me get a pick tool and I'll pick those off. If you don't have a pick tool, you can use a little flathead screwdriver is just fine. In fact, I'll bring over a little flathead screwdriver and demonstrate. We'll do one with one with the other. All right, I'll start with the pick tool first, and just get right under the edge and just start lifting up. And take a lot of force. I say it don't. You got them glued down pretty good. Now you'll have to have some glue to put this back down, or some. Well, all right. So that's coming up pretty good, and the tape sort of stayed intact. So I'm going to lay this, bottom up where it doesn't stick to anything, because I'm going to try to stick that back down without having to put any tape down. Okay, so I got 1, 2, 3, 4 screws under here. So let's get those out. I'm going to do this real time so that you can understand exactly how much time it may take. All right, so I'm going to do the other one with a little flathead screwdriver, a little Weehaw flathead screwdriver. This is, see if I can get under this one. There we go. It actually worked a little bit better. Okay. So if you put that rubber back down, if you put those rubber feet back down and they don't stick, get you some double-sided tape and stick on there. And there's 3 screws under that one. So we'll take that out. Now, I've never taken one of these apart before, so it may be that I didn't need to take all these screws out, but I guess we'll learn as we go. And one more. Because I think one of these screws actually holds in the CD-ROM. because this computer still has a CD-ROM in it, and it does. I'm going to slide that CD-ROM out. So the screw at the top center actually held the CD-ROM. You can see where it goes in. That hole actually lines up. So anyway, I guess it needed to come out. All right, so I'm going to try to get this to come apart now. I don't have any pick tools with me or anything right now. I'm just going to see if it'll come apart on its own. If not, I'll get a tool to see if I can help it out a little bit. All right, I'm going to see if I can get a little tool to help that come apart. All right, bear with me just a second. Let me get my toolkit out. I've got a little toolkit that I use for cell phones and iPads and things like that. And there's little tools that helps separate that noise you hear. I got some junk stacked up in my workshop, and I'm leaning up against it. I've got a little toolbox dedicated for iPhones and tablets and things like that. And I'll show one of those drawers to you because it's got what I need in there. Okay, so this is a lot of these tools will come with a screen kit. A lot of the free tools and stuff. I like these right here. They're flimsy metal, and you can get down underneath things and pry them out. Also, I've got some little cards here. You can get this stuff anywhere. But one of the best things are these little guitar picks. If you get it up enough to get a little guitar pick under there, it usually comes apart. So we'll see how that works. So it looks like the back of the laptop comes all the way up to the front. You can see where the separation is here. And so I'm going to try to get down in between that separation and just lift up just a little bit. See, I got that up. And get a guitar pick under there. There we go. And see if I can get that to pop up. You hear it clicking like that? That's good news. I like that. See if I can get this up here where you can see it. So I've got that little corner up. So I'm just going to go around the edge. You hear it popping. It's just coming apart like a clamshell. Now, I'm not putting hardly any pressure on that at all, so it's coming apart pretty easy. Let's see here. Now be careful on the side where the CD-ROM goes in, because that plastic is very thin for the back on there. All right, so I've got that up. Look at this. See how that's coming apart? Okay, so the USB and everything is on this side, so you don't want to really pry against that too hard. What I'm going to try to do is pull it over to that side. I got to get I get it separated on the back side first. Of course, if you heard that sound, that was the sound of me throwing the screws that I took out of here all over the workbench. But luckily, they're all the same size. So, all right, like I say, I've never done this before, so I'm going to take just a second to study it. Okay, I'm back. So what I did is I sort of laid it on its back. Got my guitar pick under this corner of it right here, and coming around, you hear it release. Now we'll get it here in the back. See if I can get it to release back there. That should be close. There it goes. So I'm picking up on the end from the CD-ROM because I got my USBs over here, and I want to sort of push away from them. I don't want to pull up on them things. And there we go. Cover is off, and we see our RAM is right here, front and center. So I ordered a RAM kit. This is a Crucial type. They've been around for years. You know, I've used them for years, and they've been okay. And just like anything else, sometimes you get good, sometimes you get bad. So, but I haven't had a problem with them lately. So I'm going to take the 4 gig stick out, and there it is. I'm going to lay it to the side, and then I'm going to put in this is an 8 gig stick. Put it in, snap it down. Now these go in at a little angle, then they snap in. So they go into the slotted angle and they snap in. My fingers are dirty. I've been working all day long. Apologize for that. See that? They go in a little 30 or 40 degree angle, and they snap down. And so that's it. The upgrade is done. Got some garbage in here. All right. Everything looks to be okay. So take it and let's reverse the process on the back. I'm going to start on the side that's got the USB. I'm sort of going to see, I'm going to make sure that the USB sort of go in that slot like that before I push it down. So there it goes. I felt the USB seat fine. And then I'm going to start just snapping it in place. And don't push on the center, push on the edge, and try not to get your screen involved there. So you hear it snapping in place. And snap the other side in. Before I put all the screws back in, I'm going to turn it on and make sure that it sees everything. Alright, so make sure you snap everything in all the way around. See, it's out right here. Feels like it's out. Oh, that's where the CD-ROM goes, so I need to push up on that. Okay. Feels like it's in. All right, I'm going to turn it on and see if it sees the memory. I'm going to pull it back and get it in. I may not have it charged up. I hear it coming on. I think. There it comes. See that better with the light off. I don't know if you can see that, but the HP is inside the screen, and looks like it's booting up. We'll see if it sees it first. Sometimes you may have to go into the BIOS and change the BIOS on it. And I'm working on this for a guy named Larry. So you see Larry's name there. There's nothing proprietary on here or anything like that because he just reloaded this for him. So it's clean as a whistle. Okay. So let's check it. I'll bring up File Explorer. And I might think it's still a little sluggish, but it's still booting up. I can hear it booting up. Go down to this PC. And I'm going to right click on this PC. And I'm going to go Properties. Give it just a second to finish booting here. And if it doesn't see it, we'll have to go into the BIOS and well, come on. Did I click on it? I may not even clicked on it. Shouldn't have took that long. You get used to these touchpads sometimes. Let's try and do some kind of upgrade. I should have disconnected it from the network. I haven't had it plugged in several days. Here it comes. Starting to react now. Okay. And we can see it says storage is 932 gig. That's the disk space. Graphics card is 128 meg graphics card. Installed RAM is 16 gig. And so this is, the memory did work at a speed of 2400 megahertz. So I don't know if you can see that, but right there it says 16 gigabytes of RAM installed. So we didn't have to do anything to the BIOS at all. All right, so yeah, this is Windows updates running in the background. If you ever have any sluggishness out of your computer, especially if it's got Microsoft on there, it's probably doing something in the background. It annoys me big time. Okay, so I can tell the boot process is stopped. Windows Update is running, but I can see that the computer is way more responsive than it was. Very good. Oh yeah, that's working a whole lot better. Start without your data. This is why I don't use Edge personally. Just take me to the browser. It's Chrome most of the time. Microsoft wants to marry you to their products. I don't like that. Today is April the 22nd. Headlines are Pope Francis passed away and Trump is doing something. Okay. So that's how you install the memory. I will go flip it back over and let's do that right quick. Let's close it down and let's put these screws back in. Remember, the one in the center holds the CD-ROM in, so I do have to take the CD-ROM and stick it back in. Edge clicks into place. A little edge connector it goes into. CD-ROM is secured. Do the 4 screws along the back. Do this in real time. Make sure those are the same size. Okay, all those screws went back in easily. And you could hear the clicked one time on me because I must not have had it all the way clicked together. Front piece of rubber, get it started on one edge first, all the way in the corner. Down. All right, the back piece, one edge in the corner. It seemed to stick just fine. There you go. That's how you change the memory or install more memory, expand the memory, whatever you want to call it, in an HP 15. And this model number is DA0032WM, but I'm sure the HP 15 models are all about the same as far as coming apart and putting the memory in. All right. Thanks for being with me. I'll see you next time.